You fat bastard, you fat bastard, you're shit. Ah! And next on the playlist, Who Ate All the Pies? A stirring piece from the late 90s Barmy Army, still performed with admirable commitment by the Perth fans. Good evening and welcome to the CCMFans Report. I'm Martha Ficial, and tonight we're crossing to Perth, where kickoff was so late the kettle went on for breakfast before the final whistle. After nearly 10 months without an away win, they finally broke the drought, 1-0 over Perth Glory at HBF Park. A goal to Bailey Brantman in the 57th minute decided it, and that was all it took. It wasn't pretty. Perth actually had more of the ball, more corners, and slightly higher passing accuracy, but no finish. Redmayne made 4 saves. The defence cleared 54 times, and between Paul, Moragas and Tapp, they basically turned the penalty area into a booted-anywhere zone. Up the other end, Duarte's cross found Brantman at the top of the box, and he drilled it through traffic. First away win since January, first clean sheet of the season, and a reminder that sometimes chaos counts as structure. Brantman grabbed the goal, Duarte the assist, but the man of the match was Andrew Redmayne. 4 big saves and 1 very sore rib after Wales tried to tackle him and the ball at once. The spreadsheet said Perth should have done better. The scoreboard disagreed. Taggart had 5 shots and nothing to show for it, while the Mariners' midfield quietly ran them out of ideas. So, 1-0, job done, points on the plane. The kind of performance that doesn't win highlight reels, but does win seasons, and thankfully much easier on the ears than the home crowd. For how it looked and sounded from the stands, here's Martha Ficial.
The game started so late, Arthur had 2.5 glasses of port and nodded off before half-time. He started sleepwalking and looked more lively than the Mariners' forward line, so I pinned a number 9 on his back. The linesman flagged him offside twice just out of reflex.
I was pressing high.
You were pressing the recliner. On the forum, everyone agreed it wasn't pretty, but no one cared. Relief, mostly. You could feel it in the posts. People were just happy to see a bit of fight, a clean sheet, and Redmayne at it again. The thread filled up with praise for the back line and plenty of finally messages after the goal. No one was talking about turning corners or building momentum, just appreciation that they dug in and got it done. Then came the real drama. The forum went into meltdown during the second half, pages timing out, everyone hitting refresh like it owed them money. Ads posted the next morning saying it was the first proper traffic test since moving off AWS to some new VPS servers. I don't know what any of that means, but apparently the only way to test it properly is to let it crash in real time. Sort it out, ads.
Meanwhile, down south, things were a little less sunny. From Casey Fields, an afternoon that reminded everyone just how sharp Melbourne City can be when they click. Central Coast arrived with confidence after the round 1 win, but this time they ran into a wall. Holly McNamara tore the game open. 2 goals, 1 assist and a constant menace before being subbed on the hour. Shelby McMahon added a brace of her own, and by the 71st minute the scoreboard told a brutal truth. City 4, Mariners 0. It wasn't all one-way traffic early. Peter Trimmis forced a save midway through the first half, and Coco Di Scipio linked well on the left. Rasmussen even hit the post late, chasing a consolation, but the margins were thin and the punishment immediate. City's press never let up, 54% possession, 8 shots on target to 1, and barely a moment's peace at the back. Langman made 4 saves, but she was overworked. The back line held for half an hour, then the dam burst. No hiding from it. A reality check for Corey Babington's side after last week's perfect start. They'll call it a learning night and probably file it under thankfully early in the season. For the fan view and the forecast, over to Martha.
Thanks, Arthur. Melbourne in November. 4 seasons in one match. Hail, Wind, and Melbourne City, showing why they're one of the league's benchmark sides. Much-loved forum regular Joyful Penguin was there at Casey Fields, braving the weather and bringing a few new faces along in the hope of converting them to the Mariners' cause. After a 4-0 loss, that might take a bit more work, but no one's doubting the effort. The forum thread matched the conditions: bleak, honest, and realistic. There was surprise before kickoff when Gomez didn't make the squad, a flicker of hope when we started well, and then quiet acceptance once City took control. Most people called it what it was: a tough afternoon against one of the best sides in the competition. Still, plenty of appreciation for Sarah Langman, who kept the score from getting worse, and for players like Quilligan and Prakash, who never stopped working. A few fans mentioned Babington, Langman, and Tess Quilligan taking time after the match to chat and sign a hat. Small gesture, but appreciated. It wasn't the day anyone wanted, but no one's writing them off. Tough trip, tougher opponent. We'll take the bruises and get back to work.
A mixed weekend for the Mariners, the men grinding out an away win in Perth, the women caught in a Melbourne squall. One team on the rise, the other reminded how fine the margins can be. Time now for the Mooned Report. Under Warren Moon, the Mariners have mooned too. Lunar eclipsed once, shown the half moon once. They'll have a week off before travelling to face Western Sydney Wanderers on Saturday the 22nd. The women, meanwhile, head to Melbourne Victory at 5 p.m. Saturday, looking to steady the course. Until then, keep your scarves handy, your servers steady, and your ports small. This has been the CCMFans Report.